My name is Sherelle Collin. I'm a realtor. The way I help them calm down is by going over the process from start to finish, from how we'll get them pre-qualified, letting them know once we get qualified, we go out and look for homes that are in their price point. Then once we find a home, we would put in an offer and let them know all these different steps ahead of time to let them know there's nothing to be afraid of. My name is I am Shelly Collin on Instagram, or contact me via phone. My phone number is 407-968-3523.
Bueno, aquí vamos a tener la oportunidad de compartir toda la información que tiene que ver con el mercado inmobiliario en Florida Central. Les quiero decir que están con la mejor, lista para trabajar con ustedes. Un abrazo, les quiero un montón. Vamos a ver cómo nos va. Mi nombre es Liliana La Madrid, soy agente de bienes raíces y estoy esperando por ti. Llámame, espero poder verte aquí como parte de mi audiencia cada día. Estoy muy feliz de poder compartir contigo este tiempo porque sé que va a ser un tiempo bien especial para todos. Así que nos vemos pronto. Mi nombre es Liliana La Madrid, soy agente de bienes raíces en Florida Central. Si estás buscando comprar, vender o invertir una propiedad en esta área, yo soy la persona experta que puede ayudarte. Mi número de teléfono es 321-527-4357 y aquí te espero para discutir todo lo que tiene que ver con el mercado inmobiliario. Un abrazo.
Welcome to FMB. Today's show is in reference to a very good friend of mine's, Ms. Shakira, which is the head of La Rosa Brokerage here in Longwood, Florida. We're here to talk about women in business.
Hey, successful women in business.
That's right.
Not just any women.
So here on our first episode of FMB, I have the pleasure to introduce one of my closest and dearest friends in the industry. She's been not only a great mentor, an amazing person in leadership, but has had the opportunity to build a brokerage over, I gotta say, what, 5-6 years we've known each other?
Yeah, 2020 now.
Yeah, we
5
took
years.
it back.
Long time.
Long time.
And you know, it's not long enough.
Hopefully many more years to go, girl.
That's right. I'm like, if it was only 5 years, it's not long enough. We need more.
Not long enough. So let's talk about it because she's just getting warmed up.
That's
Just
right.
saying.
That's right.
All right, girl. So take the mic. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started.
I actually fell into this. I never planned to build this business. I was a flight attendant. I did that for 8 years. Prior to that, I worked at a law firm. So to me, I was just having a backup plan into real estate. I just wanted something for the just in case and on the side.
Wow.
I never imagined in a million years that it would be my full-time job, that I would be able to help so many families. And beyond that, find purpose in helping realtors grow their careers and not make the same mistakes I did when I was starting.
I hear you.
Yeah. My first year, I made nothing. My second year, I made nothing. I didn't know what I had in my hands. Year 3, I made a little bit, and I was like, wait a minute. If I can make a lot of bit with this, then I need to do this differently.
That's right.
Got to replicate it. So I was able, and beyond me, God was able to show me that way, and then help me verbalize everything that I learned so that other people can grow from it too. Because it means nothing if you just do it for yourself and do it by yourself and keep it to yourself.
Amen.
It means everything when I get the single mom that comes in and is like, hey, this is my only way out.
Yeah.
Like, you could do this. I can help you. And that part is the most gratifying. I find purpose in this, and I'm passionate about it. Helping other realtors build a life around this career. It gives you everything you need. You have the flexibility, you have the time, you can spend time with your children, with your family, and you're doing something very gratifying. At least if you're a people person and likes to help people. Because if you're not, don't do this for the money. I promise if you get into this for the money, it's just going to be daunting.
You know, I have to say that I could truly piggyback off of that, because when I started FMB, and that was during the year of the pandemic, my vision was when everything was going crazy, when everybody thought, oh my God, what are we going to do? There's no work. There's nothing can be done. I literally gave my resignation, took $500 out my pocket, and rented me a space.
Faith.
Yes, ma'am. And during that time, when everybody was like, oh my God, I lost my job. What am I going to do? You know, how am I going to feed my kids? What's going to happen? I said, listen, girl, if you know me and you got a little bit of faith, let's do something.
That's right.
And I went from a team of 1 to 5, from 5 to 10, from 10 to 15. And I have witnesses here in this very room that know that we became Disney branded within our first 190 days of business.
I'm one of those witnesses.
Yes.
I'm one of those witnesses.
Yes.
I was there. I remember.
So I'm saying it to say, because I've known Shakira since when I first rented this space, and we were in the same building, and I had nothing. I had nothing but a vision, a dream, and I saw the opportunity, but I had a skill set.
Yeah.
And I wanted to help pour into people. I wanted to light the fire under talented individuals that had a vision, but just didn't know where to get started.
That's right.
So, you know, bringing back from the beginning, it was like you said, I had a vision. I had a fire in me, but I knew what the end game was an opportunity to build a network of women, empowering women to get back into the industry, no matter what their talent was. And back at that time, no one ever knew mobile was going to blow up to be so big.
Man, oh man. And it sure did.
And it did. It went through the roof. Like, mobile was like, okay, you want groceries? Look what we got now, right? DoorDash,
Don't
Uber
talk to me about
Eats.
DoorDash. We broke up.
Yeah.
Spend way too much money on DoorDash, my friend.
Listen, let me tell you something. But my team, I had the fiercest team of girls that came out from nowhere. I could never think I could never fathom in a million years what an amazing team of young women that joined my platform, not including, you know, I'm going to start with one of my girls, Kayla. She's been with me from the beginning, from the minute she got out of school. I felt like I adopted this girl. She's my adopted daughter all day long. But these girls are what make FMB.
Yeah.
These girls, without these girls, we wouldn't be a company. Mm-hmm. And we touch lives. We help the elderly. That's probably one of our biggest platforms right now. We service 55 and up communities, and we give back to those that don't have no one.
Yeah.
And we pour love into them, not just with our services, but just to give them the opportunity to know that someone's listening to them. Mm-hmm. Someone actually cares.
That's right.
Someone's willing to give them some love, you know? So for me, I can relate in a lot of different ways. It's like you have a vision, you got a fire, you got a dream. And that's what I love about your story with mine. It's very, very similar.
It really is.
Because every day I see you, it's like I see you pouring into people. I see you developing people. I see you coaching and training and running with your baby and then other people's babies, just like what moms do.
Yeah.
And I do the same thing in my own way. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what I love about this collaboration between you and I. And I hope, and my prayer is that we could touch more women, more young women that don't have a mentor, that don't have an opportunity to talk to people like you and I.
That's right.
That have been in the industry for what? How many years you've been in the game?
8 years.
8 years, girl. That's a long time.
It's gone by so fast.
That's right. That's okay. Like I said, you're just getting warmed up.
That's right.
But I think that we could make the world a better place if we keep.
We have.
And we have. Yes, God, yes.
Oh, wait a minute, we have.
We have. I take that back.
You know, I had read or listened to a sermon once, and the gentleman was like, when you think about doors, you think about wood, brass, knobs, you think of all these things, but look at the person next to you. What if you saw them as a door? What if you saw them as, and not to use the person or anything, but everybody can really get you somewhere. Everyone carries a gift and a purpose within them that could really affect you, and you can help and collaborate with to be able to elevate other people's lives and circumstances and situations. I love what you said about the elderly. We can learn so much from them and their experiences and their wisdom, and they really are alone.
And they were the ones that nurtured us. Let's get it real.
right.
Like when we were little, our grandparents were the ones that were taking care of
right.
us. Like my grandmother, I remember I was going to school and my grandmother was making me avena. Hello.
Yeah, no, my mom, if it wasn't for my mom, and that's it, I'm a single mother. My mom and my daughter, they're like nail and skin, right? Uña carne.
Yeah.
I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah. That's what it
They
is.
are. They really are. Because of that, we need the help, we need the support. But she's learning so much from her as well, and from the generations. And I had this woman that I meet and help out. She's 86 years old, and so I drive her to church on Sundays. And I wish I could be with her more. And she's so alone, you know. And I think about that, and I love what you do, because that is being the hands and feet of Christ in the body of Christ. It makes a big difference. And if everybody just taught like that and just did a little bit of what they could do.
Listen, man, I'm not going to lie. I love my old people. My old people, let me tell you, we go there and they have some stories for days.
Yeah.
But I respect it because they were in times that we can't even fathom.
Right.
They were in generations that you think about it, from the Depression, back in the war when there was nothing, and we're over here complaining and we're so spoiled, but these people lived through it. And the sad part is that they were the ones that took care of everyone. And now that when they need people, no one's there.
They forgot.
So with that being said, I guess they were the group or the special group that I wanted to specifically pour love into.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just about the money, because obviously, you know, when you start a vision, you don't know what kind of money you're going to make. It's just a vision. But I believe that all of the people that we've connected with throughout the many years I've been servicing the Central Florida area, you know, we grew a love where we have people that are like, hey, can you guys come back? Don't forget about us.
Absolutely.
And it's sad because you don't ever want someone to feel like you forgot about them. But that shows you how many people out there just really don't have anyone. And that, you know, that connection that you have with them, even if it's 1 day or 1 hour, they sit and they wait for you.
Oh, yeah. It's a needed service.
They're like kids.
I go grocery shopping with her, and it's like Disneyland. Like, honestly, she will go through every aisle and like take her time, and I love it. I go through and she's like, look, I ripped this off the box. This is what I need to buy. And I'm like, this is like a mystery. Like, let's go find whatever this is. Where we at? And we had so much fun. It feels like a game show in the grocery store, but it's just to bring a smile to their faces. A lot of what we do in real estate helps a lot of families and a lot of people. But when it comes to the elderly, it can be difficult in the real estate, especially now. The fixed incomes, trying to put them into homes that they can purchase. There's lots of programs out there. The ones that have family members that can purchase together, great. The ones that already purchased, great. But it's really difficult to help. So I help in other ways. Spend time, go to the grocery store, pick her up, take her to church, you know, do things like that.
There's a lot of people in need, a lot of people without homes, a lot of people that don't have any options or have any education to educate them on housing opportunities. And, you know, I think that's where your expertise comes more in, where you could share with people maybe out there so they could know if there's any programs that can help elderly or families out there who are in need that are trying to, you know, find a home.
Yeah, and you see it a lot with multi-generational homes, you know, places where you can grow your family, live your family, and then still have your elderly grandmother, mother, whomever, in a mother-in-law suite or within the same exact home but sectioned off. Like, you're seeing that a lot more now than you did in the past. Multi-generational homes and multi-family homes with ADUs in the back, which is additional dwelling units in the back, because it's expensive. It's expensive to purchase houses sometimes, and there's plenty of programs out there. But for the elderly, it's even harder because they're on a fixed income, right? And they're not working, they're not generating more. So those multifamily homes are the solution. They really are.
And if you don't mind me asking, Shakira, like, for example, for people within the Central Florida area, what are some recommendations that you could find communities like that?
They're not entire communities. There are some new builders like Lennar that have adopted floor plans and models that allow for multifamily. Like it's literally 2 separate entries. You walk in through here to the main house and walk in through here to the sectioned off house, or it'll have the newer construction with the additional unit in the back. I haven't seen full communities of them, but the homes are out there. I did a search yesterday. I got about 48 different available properties. From everything from $200,000 all the way up to $650,000.
Wow.
In Seminole, Lake, Orange, and Volusia County. So there's properties out there to be able to grow that multifamily and take care of those elderly people instead of your family too. Continue to grow your family.
So that's really important that I want my members of FMB to understand that, you know, this woman that's been in the industry has some really good knowledge about communities. Like she just gave you feedback. Like they're out there. They're really out there.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you guys would like to get more information and talk to her further in detail about that, how can they get a hold of you, Shakira?
Very easy. You can follow me on my social media. It's at shakira.realtor, and that's for Instagram. Or you can send me a text message or call me 321-262-6299. I'm available. I like to say that my phone's 24/7, right? Because I'm not a robot. I go to sleep, but my phone is. So if there's a question, if there's a message, if there's a different time zone, send me a message. You're not going to wake me up. You're not going to bother me, but you allow me to address your question and to make sure that you get the answer that you need when I wake up.
So, in a nutshell, she doesn't stop working, guys.
I don't. I really don't.
So,
I don't, because it's important to me, and it doesn't feel like work. I really am passionate about it, so it puts a smile on my face.
You're in good hands. So, hopefully, this is helpful information for people right now that are going through housing situations. Because I think right now, I think you would agree, housing is probably one of the biggest concerns right now, not just happening here in Central Florida, but across the world, across the United States. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people are not educated. And it's time to get woke, period.
Affordable housing at that. And there's programs. There's a program going on right now where it's going to help a lot of people, a lot of heroes, a lot of people that work in the school system, a lot of people that work in childcare, a lot of people that work in the courts, a lot of people that have jobs that only pay them $30,000 a year, but they may be married to someone that, you know, isn't in the same field, but that program that's available is there to help with 5% up to $35,000 on their first home purchase.
Wow.
And if they're a veteran, it even applies to the second home. So there's a lot of different programs. There's bond programs. There's a lot of assistance available to get you into your home, be it your first home or your second home, be it that you need a larger home for multifamily use or that it's just you bringing your foot into the door or starting to become an investor to break out of that financial to break into the financial freedom that you deserve. There's so much out there, and everyone has a unique and specific plan that will help them, just like we have unique and specific plans tailored out to us by Jesus Christ himself, like really. So just take a free consultation, sit down, talk about your goals and your dreams and what you have on your plate, and then we'll direct you from there to help you get on the right plan.
Amen. So you guys heard it from the head queen bee here, Shakira.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shakira, for taking a moment of your time and just sharing a little bit about yourself.
It's my pleasure. To God be the glory.
And we would love to have more conversations in the future. Much success, much love, peace and blessings.
Same to you. I can't wait to see what the next 5 years have.
Amen, girl.
I'm expectant.
Yes. So with that being said, everybody, another great day in FMB. Check us out. Peace and blessings. Absolutely. Have a great day, y'all.
Bye.
Later. Because you are part of FMB's first episode of People in the Industry, okay? And what you specialize in is very unique, because what I have to say is, when I first met you, what intrigued me about your business was about the passion of helping veterans and also giving back to the community. So being said that, when you first shared with me that you were giving back backpacks, I thought that was huge. Was I prepared? Absolutely not. I have to be honest.
I'm going to send you the reports.
He's going to have to send me the report. But this gentleman right here had took the time and energy, not once, but twice, to get people across the community to get involved, to actually care and give back to children that were in need. And that's huge. You know, a lot of people are in business. A lot of people think about making money, but a lot of people don't think about how to give back. And that's what this guy does right here. And that's what intrigued me about collaborating with him, because of the fact that I love working with people that love to give back, that love to impact and help lives. It's not just about money. It's about, how can I help you? And that's one thing that I could say that this gentleman right here does. It's all about, how can I help you? How can I educate you? How can I help you accomplish what your vision is? And that's one thing I could safely say by working with this gentleman right here. He's very well versed, very knowledgeable in the industry, as far as when it comes to mortgages, how to just give you better insight when it comes down to options, when it comes down to funding, and how to navigate your money. And that's important, because a lot of times when people make investments, when people apply for things, when people are looking to purchase things, especially when it comes down to real estate, you need someone like that on your side. You need someone that actually cares to say, hey, I don't think that's a good move. Or, hey, you know what? That might not be a bad idea. Let me kind of show you the way.
Correct.
And so it's hard to find people that you can trust, because, again, and one thing I'm saying that from the heart, because one thing that I do remember from you that resonates with me, a lot of people don't think that I remember things, but I do. I'm a crazy woman. I have a lot of things going on my plate. And, you know, but one thing I do have is a very good memory. And one thing that I did resonate from you, that I do remember from you, is the fact that you really took the time to listen, but you really, you took the time to talk to me and really give me the reasoning of why. Does that make sense?
Oh, it's important.
A lot of people don't take the time to give you the reason why. They just answer you for opportunity, if that makes sense. And one thing that I did like was that you're like, you know what? We could do this, but let me tell you why. Or you could go this way, but let me tell you why. And a lot of people don't take the time to give you the why. And that's important in business. You know, you need to be able to work with people that you can entrust, that will be giving you opinions or advice that is going to behoove them and whatever their vision is. And
well, Mike, can I say something there? What I always tell anytime I'm talking to someone about mortgage and finances, I'm not going to give you advice, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to listen to you and I'm going to ask you questions. And most of the time people call me and they just want me to answer a question. I'm going to ask you probably 3 or 4 more questions, because I don't know exactly what the situation is until, imagine going to a doctor and saying, I have a headache. And they say, okay, well, let's get you into surgery.
Ooh, that's a very good example. Oh my God, that's a very good example.
Right? So, I want to find out exactly what's going on, kind of do an assessment, so to speak. And that's often what I call it. Do an assessment and then, figure out to give you information, because, back to the whole saying, right? Give a man a fish, he eats for a minute, teach him to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. So whenever I'm talking to someone, I typically try to find out what they're going and also educate them so that they can make the decision. Because it's not my decision, right? It's not my money, right? I may be a vehicle for you to get to where you're going, right?
He said something powerful. It's not his money. And not very many people in the industry think that way.
No, it's not. I'm here to help you maybe achieve that. But when I was talking to the office earlier this morning, I was telling them that sometimes, there are a lot of loans that I don't do sometimes because it's not necessarily always in best interest of the client. I had a veteran a couple of years ago. I helped him move here, a little like 2.6 on the interest rate back when interest rates were that low. And I had a call from him one day saying, hey, we've accumulated some debt. We want to do a refinance cash out. And I said, well, let's talk about whether or not that's in your best benefit or not. And so we went through some things and I said, well, let's take a couple of months and actually see if we can, we can get a couple of things, get your insurance down, get, different things to happen. almost 3 months later, he was able to reorganize his finance and save a little over $600 a month instead of killing his, low interest rate and getting something that would probably in the end have actually put him in further debt. Yeah. Now he's super happy because he's able to find that extra money.
Wow.
Him and his family are good. So,
I have to say that I think the world is, and I think you would agree with me, the world is in a very interesting place. The way the world is going between, jobs, the economy, there's a big question mark out there. And, a lot of families are scared.
yes.
Very scared. And they know what they need, they know what they want, but knowing what you need and you want doesn't mean that it's always best. And so saying that, it's important to have people like yourself that can properly guide families that are scared, that are intimidated. Not saying that they don't have the money, not saying that they don't have the credit, but they just are not educated properly by people that are vested in their best interest. And, again, it's very interesting times. And I think a lot of people can agree with me. And not just for veterans, because veterans right now, let me tell you something. I come from a military family. Personally, myself, my husband served this country for over 22 somewhat years in special forces. And, it's not easy. The grass is not green. And it's very, very, very important to surround yourself with people, good people. And it's very hard because when you do get a good person, you want to kind of take care of them. And sure. I have to say that, again, on FMB, I want to present my my followers or whoever's watching my channel to know that they can entrust the people in business that we bring into this podcast that could help them give or shed some light or even guidance on questions or concerns that they are facing currently right now in these times when it comes down to a simple mortgage or purchase or how to even navigate their money. I mean, the money is what makes the world move, without knowing how to move or even make money work for you is imperative in life. So, I'm hoping that this podcast will connect you with this gentleman right here that could help you in the future with any questions or concerns that you may have about mortgages or just getting educated on simple programs that can possibly help you as a family, especially military families, because that's what he really does focus on. And that's what our military families need.
Yep.
We gave our lives, or you gave your lives, and thank you for your service.
Your family as well.
Thank you. And we need to take care of each other, guys. So, again, how can we get connected to you, sir? What social media platform you're on? What's your telephone number, your email number? How can we call you?
Best way to reach me, phone or text, 972-948-7721.
And that's what it is.
Just text me.
Text them. All right, y'all. Another great episode, FMB, people in the industry that are making moves, impacting the industry, helping people, pouring love, peace, and blessings. That's what we're all about, y'all.
Thank you for inviting me on. I really love what you're doing.
Thank you so much. My pleasure. We would love to hear from you again. And until that time comes, it's a wrap, y'all. All right, so today I want to talk about one of my really, when I mean back in the day, high school friends that I have to say, it is truly a pleasure and it warms my heart that she actually showed up and that she is here, not even knowing what to expect today, but was willing to jump on an episode. And thank you, Natalie.
Thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. So, Natalie, after I don't know how many years since we've seen each other, I got to say it's been over 20 years, right? Right?
Probably closer to 30.
Oof. That's
how old we are.
Oof. So, all I'm going to say is let's kind of bring it back.
Gosh.
So, what brought you into your industry?
Ooh, my industry. I was a geek since high school.
Mm.
I was the weirdo that kept a spreadsheet with their checking account when they got their first job at the Florida Mall. I was that girl. It's just what I knew. Accounting is what I knew, and easy. And I just had a lot of joy. I did it in corporate for a while, and then I took it out on my.
Wow, that's amazing. So, when did you finally say, you know what? I'm going to do this on my own?
I was bouncing around job. Every 3 months to 6 months, I would find a new job because I would go in, fix up all their books, get them perfect, and then be bored out of my mind and find another job. I did that for like 2 years in New York until I realized that I am not meant to be a 40-hour desk corporate person.
I hear you.
And so I was able to find a way to do my work, but to do it on a consulting basis. So I got the variety by visiting different clients every day.
Okay.
And and that's where I knew I could do this independently. I just didn't want to do it on the corporate level for 40 hours with the same client, the same company.
I have to say, I respect that. No one wants to be held to corporate America, and good for you. Kudos for you.
Well, it was very unpopular back in 1996 to do that.
Ooh, she brought it back to 96.
It was not very popular to think that you could just, do your own thing and not work corporate. It was so traditional that you should work corporate. And if you weren't, you just kind of weren't fitting that mold. It was really hard for me to explain that to people. That I was going to be an entrepreneur at that age. People didn't get it. My family didn't get it.
Wow. So you decided to make the move. You said, bye corporate America, right?
I did. Well, I started by going with a company that basically did outsource bookkeeping. So I was a bookkeeper that was just assigned to their accounts.
Wow.
And so that was a good segue because I was working for one company, but learned I learned the business of consulting. And then I just started to farm clients on my own once I learned the format.
That's amazing because I'm always been a big believer from back in the day because we all come from the same era.
Yeah.
It's like everybody used to say, oh, you need a bachelor's degree. And I'm like, what?
I don't have any degree.
We ain't got nothing but a pimping degree. Let's just be real. That is the era we come from. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, and I respect that because even with myself, I think we are probably the last few, and I'm going to say, I'm just going to keep it real. We are the last few of the last Mohicans, okay, that had old school, like Hispanic parents that would come out with the correa and the chancla y todo, and they'll be like, listen, and we get that. That era no longer exists anymore. So we are the last generation of our group where I could safely say that there was still structure.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always chaos, but we still had some type of a structure, right?
We came up before the internet.
That's right. But you know what I love about our era? That we are still the generation that we still believed in traditional working.
Yes.
We believed in getting up and working.
Even just starting from the ground up.
Right.
I feel like, the generation these days, they just don't really see any value in starting from the bottom and working their way up. They just want to walk in and own the position and get top pay and have all the flexibility. And I'm like, you gotta kind of put in some of the work. You don't just arrive there.
And they feel like they're entitled.
Yeah.
Right? People think they're entitled. But it's like you said, you came in with a hope, a dream, and a vision, and you did it. So, kudos to you. That's a good story. That's a good story. And it makes me happy to hear things like this because, in life, you just never know how the universe just circles people back to you. It could be 10 years. It could be 15 years. It could be 20 years. And, I think it's beautiful. It really is beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
And I know to see people that, back in the day, I remember sitting on the bus with Fred and me and Fred, we would be talking about all sorts of crazy stuff, but Fred never changes, He was always the same person. Always the same person. He would cut hair in the garage. Kish! Like, let me tell you, I can have stories for days.
Yeah.
And it's like now we're all adults, and it's like, ooh, we're adults. We're at our parents' era. Like, I don't even still feel like my parents. I still feel like I'm the kid behind the scene. You know what I mean? And I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. The world doesn't see things the same way. So
Different values.
we're the last ones to kind of pour that back into this generation. So, so even now, being a successful businesswoman, right? Share with us a little bit, not just the side of what you've accomplished, but what you're currently doing now.
So almost 20 years into my business, and the business has evolved a lot. For the better part of my career, we're outsourced bookkeepers.
Okay.
And so now we're shifting focus to be more of a fractionalized accounting department for small to mid-sized businesses. So we're like a full service accounting department, you know, for any small business service providers that don't have the budget to bring in-house a full team.
Okay.
And the same way they would fractionalize like the C-level, you know, CFO or CMO, they would fractionalize our entire department. So we operate completely under their brand.
Okay.
So anybody on the outside looking in, any vendors, customers and employees will interact with us, but they'll never know that we're an outsourced provider because we operate under their brand. A little different.
Wow, that's amazing. You're very similar to what I do. We're kind of like the FMB, which is who I am. So we're kind of like that outsourcing third party that we represent the brand, but we work for them. So basically, we're filling all of the staffing needs for the company to help build the business.
It's so necessary.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think it sounds not traditional. So like I didn't know that your service existed for this industry, and I have a lot of clients that are in that space, and I've never come across a company that does. I think that's.
Well, I'm excited because moving forward,
see who we can partner up.
yes.
Yeah.
So it's funny because when I started this business, just so you could, and thank you for sharing your story. Just a little bit about me. When I started was during the year of the pandemic, believe it or not.
Wow.
The year of the pandemic was a scary time. No one knew if they were going to have a job. No one knew what was happening in the world. And I decided with a leap of faith just to put my resignation in, and I had $500 in my pocket.
You resigned during COVID?
I sure did.
You are brave.
Well, believe it or not, I went to Jesus first.
You need it.
And that's no lie. I went to Jesus first. When I went to church, and there was a prophet that came in from Nigeria, and his literal words were, "The world is going to shake like a crying baby." I don't know what it was. I'm not, I believe that there is a higher power. I believe that there is a God. I don't know about anybody else in this room. However, something in my spirit told me that it was time to move. And with all of my expertise and everything that I've done for all of these companies, making them rich, making them all this money, I know my skill set. So I have a skill set that was always underpaid, if that made sense. But I was undervalued, but I was always hammered to over deliver and overachieve. So I told myself, I said, if I could do this for multi-million-dollar companies, why can't I do it for myself?
That's so proud of you, girl.
So I said, literally that week, all of my friends thought I was crazy. And I said, nope.
Only the best entrepreneurs are.
I said, hey, I'm going to take my last little check, my last little coins or whatever they gave me. I took my $500 and I said, and it's funny because when I circled back to where I'm at now, the person that was currently running that building had no tenants. And she was like, are you sure you want to rent a space? I said, no, I'm sure. I'm going to open a business. And when I shared with her my vision, she literally said, girl, hey, pick your space, whatever you want. I got you. I had one desk, one chair. That's all I had.
Look at you now.
And I had a phone. And that day, when I got that desk and chair, I picked up my phone and I just started dialing, calling. dialing, reaching out to everybody, dialing. And I just got to all of my closest people. And I said, hey, I got a vision. They're like, what is it, Keish? I said, well, let me tell you what my vision is. You with it? You got a job right now? No. So what do you got to lose? Nothing. And with that being said, everybody that knew me, like for what I can bring, as far as power, projections, leadership, all of that, because I earned it. They were like, you know what? The hell, we ain't got nothing to lose. And people that I never thought in a million years that would come, they came. They were like, where the hell did you come up with this crazy idea? I said, I think we could do it. And sure enough, I had a team of 2 to 3, from 3 to 5. In less than 30 days, I had a full team. Within 120 days, I became Disney branded.
Girl, that's so inspiring.
So with that being said, I spoke it into the universe. I had a vision, I had a hope, a dream. And a lot of the girls that are here right now have started with me from the beginning.
Yeah.
From the beginning that I even spoke the vision. And they all thought the same thing. They're like, well, we got to lose. And we just kept going.
And it speaks volumes that here.
Amen.
It says a lot about the vision and what you're doing. Good.
My vision wasn't just about making money. My vision was about who we are, our generation, and how we could get people back into the industry, back to what they're built for. I'm not only a Latina-owned company, veteran, and on top of that, I was just like, if I could help other young women get back into the industry, give them a chance, just give them a hope, give them a dream. I'm a teen mom, so my story is impactful. I had my child when I was 18 years old, and if I could do it, they could do it. And half the girls that were on my team were broken, and they didn't know how they were going to feed their kids, but guess what? Everyone ate that year. Everyone paid their bills. Everyone had a job. And throughout the midst of all the chaos in the world, every day we was working.
Love it.
And do you know that most of these girls made more money during that year than any other year? Because again, mobile was brand new to the world. And so it was amazing. It was a blessing. And with that, I could say truly blessed to meet other like-minded people that just said, oh my God, how can we come together? And that's what it's all about, building a synergy of like-minded people who are in business, who have a vision, who have a dream, who have a passion, that have a drive, that have a desire, and build a network of just great people, And I believe that's what really makes the world go around, And I'm saying it to say that, I have friends, and again, I'm just going to circle back to good old Fred. I haven't seen him in 20 years, And it's not even about that. It just warms my heart to know that I'm like, man, let me just help my brother out, or let me just help my sister out. You know what I mean? Let's just come together. And if more people think like that,
right, more collaborative instead of competitive,
the world would be such a great place. So I'm excited, and
thank you.
And I just want to say thank you for taking the time to sit with me out of your busy day, because I know you're.
I don't know how you're not glistening. I'm glistening, and you're just like so calm and cool.
I mean, this is what I do. I love talking to people. I talk to people all day every day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we're hopefully in the future we'll see you again and kind of get some more feedback on your journey and what you're doing. But before you leave, how can these great people connect with you if they ever need your help?
So connecting with MYOB, we're at myobconsulting.com, and we're located in Lake Nona, so everyone's familiar with Boxley Park. Our office is across the street, right above Foxtail Coffee. So yeah, that's how our best clients are contractors, agencies like marketing, design firms, and we do work with service providers as well, like B2C. We have high-end beauty salons and that we work with.
All right, everyone. So you heard it right here from FMB. And until our next episode, peace, love, and blessings. Later.